Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make an 8-bit version of Rocket Raccoon. Now that I have access to quite a few more shades of colours, I figured that this is the perfect time to make him. So, if you want to make him, here's what you're going to need. You'll need some sandstone block. You'll also need some black stained clay. If for some reason you don't have the update yet, you may want to use spruce wood instead, that'd also work. Doesn't look as good though. You'll also need some black wool, some brown wool, some dark grey, white wool, red wool, and finally, you'll need yourself some cyan wool. And once you have every single one of those colours right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make him, I'll be making him right here, you'll want to kick off your Rocket Raccoon with a row of 7 black wool in a row on the floor. That's 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that. And once you have your row of 7 black wool, you now want to come all the way over to the left hand side, and starting from this first block right here, go up by 1 with your black wool. Then do an upright diagonal from that block. Then go to the right of that diagonal by 2, that's 1, 2. Then go up by 2, 1, 2. Then go to the right by 1. Then go up by 3, 1, 2, 3. Then go to the left by 1, but also from the same block that you went left by 1 from, do an upright diagonal to give you a shape which should look like this. Once you have that shape, you now want to return back down to this block right here. Hopefully you guys can see the block that I'm talking about, and from this block you want to go left by 2, that's 1 and 2. Then do an up left diagonal. Then go up by 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Then do an upright diagonal. And go up on top of it by 1. Then do an upright diagonal. Go to the right of it by 1. Then do a bottom right diagonal. Go to the right of it by 2, 1, 2. Then do another bottom right diagonal. And go to the right of it by 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Do an upright diagonal. Then go up on top of it by 2, that's 1 and 2. What you now want to do is take this middle block in this row of 3 that we've formed, and you want to go left of this middle block by 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. But then you also want to go right of this middle block by 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, to give you this shape, kind of like an elongated plus shape. What you now want to do, once you've formed that shape, is come all the way over to the right hand side of the row of 3 that you've made, coming out from the right hand side here, and from this block do a bottom right diagonal. Then go down by 1. Then do another bottom right diagonal. And go down by 3, that's 1, 2, 3. You then want to do a bottom left diagonal. And then go left of that diagonal by 3, that's 1, 2, 3. Then go up by 3, 1, 2, 3. Then go right of this third block by 1, but also do an up left diagonal from this third block to connect everything back together and give you a shape which should look a little bit like this. Once you have that shape taken care of, we can now continue. So you want to come back down to this row of 4 that we have right here. You want to take this block, this second block coming in from the right hand side, and you want to go down from this block by 2, that's 1 and 2. You then want to go right by 2, 1, 2. Then do a bottom right diagonal. Then go down by 1. Then go left by 6, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. then go up by 1, then go left by 1, then do an up left diagonal, then do a bottom left diagonal. Finish this whole thing off by going left by 1 to give you a shape which should look in total a little bit like this. So this is what you want to have for the outline of Rocket's entire body. Once you've got this taken care of, we can now move on to Rocket's head. So come all the way up to the upper left hand side of your pixel art and locate this block right here. This one that I have highlighted. Once you've found this block, from this block do an up left diagonal. Then go up by 1. Then go right by 1. Then, from the same block that you went right of, do an up left diagonal. Then do an up right diagonal. Then do an up left diagonal. Then do an up right diagonal. Go to the right of your diagonal by 1. Then go up by 1. Then go right by 1. But then returning back to this block that you went right of, go up by 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then do an upright diagonal. Then go right by 1. Then do a bottom right diagonal. And go right by 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then do an upright diagonal. Go to the right by 1, and then go down by 2. 1, 2. Then do a bottom right diagonal, and go down by 1. Then do 2 bottom right diagonals, so that's 1 and 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal. Then do a bottom right diagonal. Connect everything back together by doing 2 bottom left diagonals, so that's 1 and number 2 should sit right there. And once you've done that, you should be left with a shape that should look a little bit like this, and that is Rocket's entire head. Once you've got that taken care of, you actually have completed the entire outline of Mr. Rocket Raccoon. And once you have reached this point right here, the only thing that we have left to do right now is color him in, and this is how it's going to work. I'm not going to try and explain the placement of any blocks included in colouring him in, because it will just take an insane amount of time and it will be mostly confusing. However, what I can do for you guys is fill in his entire head, and then give you guys a really nice still image of it, and then I can do the exact same for the lower half of the statue as well, his torso and his legs, and that's exactly how this is going to work. I'm not going to cut out any of the colouring in process, but I'm just not going to try and run you guys through it, because I've done that in the past and it always ends up badly. Trust me on this one. Trust me. So I'm just going to very quickly, or as quickly as I possibly can, just colour in all of Rocket's face, and then I will show you guys what it's supposed to look like, and then we'll do the same for his lower body. And as a matter of fact, if you want to try and do this the easiest way possible, if for some reason you guys aren't particularly skilled at this, if you take the sandstone first and do that before anything else, just like I have right here, then try and colour the rest of it in, it actually becomes a lot easier. So that's exactly what I've done as well, and now all I have to do is Rocket's eyes, and then I've just got a load of mask colouring in. So let me just finish doing Rocket's eyes, and then once I've done these, everything gets really simple. That's one done already. Just about finished the other eye as well, and once both eyes are taken care of, which they are, all I have to do now is just fill the surrounding area with this lovely shade of brown. What's it called? Black stained clay. That makes no sense whatsoever. It looks absolutely nothing like black, but I'll tell you what, I'm not going to argue with them because I absolutely love that colour. Very nice. So that's all of the area inside the sandstone filled in. Now all we have to do is just the outside area, which is very easy indeed. We've just got a little bit of clay to add, which I've already just added, and then you've just got to fill everywhere else in with your regular old brown wool, which is what I'm doing now, and it shouldn't take me too much longer. So let me just finish this and then I can show you guys what you should have. There we go. So this is what you want to have for Rocket's entire head. Is that the best view that I can give you guys? It's not getting too much better. There we go. That's about as close as I can get. So that is what you want to have for Rocket's entire head. Very, very easy. I know that it looks like there's a lot going on, but honestly, if you're having trouble, start off with the sandstone and then it gets easier. Then once you've done your sandstone, either fill in the inside section or the outside section and then do what's left and you guys will have no trouble whatsoever. So pause this video if necessary, apply what I have on my screen onto your pixel art. Once you've done that, press play and you can resume onto the next part. So we're now going to do pretty much exactly what we've done up top down below. So I'm just going to get this done as quickly as possible for you guys. Even for myself, I'm splitting it up into individual colours just to make everything easier. So we've got a little bit of brown and sandstone to do on the bottom of the pixel art as well. Obviously, Mr. Raccoon does not have any boots, so just got to do the brown and sandstone there. Not too much of it though. We're now currently just doing all of the red, of which there is quite a bit. We've got the gloves that are red, and there's also a little bit for the belt as well, around the belt I should say, at the top of his trousers. So just going to add that in, and we're also adding the belt in whilst we're here. So what we have now is this, and all I have to do is just now fill everywhere else in with cyan, and that will be our Rocket Raccoon. So let me just finish this little bit off, and then I'll show you guys the bottom half. Then we'll look at the whole thing put together, and then we will marvel at what we've made. So this is what you want to have, and you know what, I'll take off the UI because I'll be taking it off anyway. This is what you want to have for the lower half of your Rocket Raccoon. I suppose you could say it's a little bit more complicated than the top half, but not really. I mean, if you just take it one step at a time, add in all of the brown, all of the sandstone, then all of the red, dark grey, white, cyan, it's really, really easy. It shouldn't go wrong whatsoever. So pause this video if necessary, apply everything that you can see on the lower half of Rocket, apply it to yours. Once you've done that, you should be left with something that should look a little bit like this. A very cute version of Rocket Raccoon. And I actually kind of want to make something else. I know that the Guardians of the Galaxy train has kind of sailed at this point. I know that the film came out quite a long time ago, but I'm only now just making stuff from the film because I didn't actually watch it at the time, and I've been meaning to actually watch it for myself, and I don't know, I might have to make some more stuff from Guardians, even though it is a little bit late. But there you go, that is what you want to have for your pixel art. Hopefully you guys have managed to make this no problem. I've tried to make it as simple as possible for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.